Just saying, it seems like such a quick season. All of a sudden, we're at the last third. How are you feeling?
Yeah, like it has. It's flown by. So these final 3 games are pretty tough. Rising, and then the Rays, and then Perth Spirit. So if we hopefully keep rolling on and the way we're going, then getting into those semis will be good, because these next 3 will be pretty tough games. So finals footy right through to the finals. So it'll be good.
Yeah, I suppose the touch and go there on the weekend, then you got through, would have made a big difference, really.
Yeah, I mean, we really can't afford to drop another game, and those conditions were actually pretty tough out there. So very slippery. It was not that heavy underfoot. It's quite good, obviously, out at Vikings Park, but very, very slippery. So we really did well against a really big side. Rams, physically very big in the forwards, and our guys did particularly well to hang in there, actually.
What's looking forward to Melbourne?
Yeah, a similar sort of pack of forwards coming at us, but they're 10 and 12 are both dangerous. They've mixed their halves around a little bit, so they'll play out the back a fair bit, I would say, depending on the weather, but hopefully it's dry by the weekend. So we just need to be aware of that, but the guys are in a really positive frame of mind and training really hard, so we can't fault the preparation and their frame of mind. So, you know, I'm really positive going into this one, and looking forward further from there. So staying fresh, basically. Yeah.
Have you got some Wallabies coming back?
No. We'll use a similar side to the weekend, and try and rest players as best you can coming through. Some of them had a fairly long season, obviously, and with heavy conditions at training and so on, it does play a toll a little bit. So we've got really good depth within the squad. So we'll try and rotate that as best we can. We certainly don't lose a great deal, and it's just a matter of keeping combinations and staying positive there. So, yeah, I'm really happy with the progress at the moment.
Yeah, what's the deal there? Are they just giving the weekend off?
No. Most of them haven't been playing Griffin, so it's not about resting completely. Training's really pretty torrid at the moment, very quick. So they're just staying. Yeah, I guess, as fresh as you possibly can while training hard, which isn't always a great balance. But you know, the guys are at it full time pretty much, so they're handling it well, and that spirit's sort of coming through at training really nicely. Yeah.
You good? All right, I'll ask you questions for Caitlin. Yeah. You've had 2 wins in a row. They were 2 very different wins. One was a good win over Brisbane City, then you slugged it out against Western Sydney. Have you been happy with the way the guys have gone over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, look, really, obviously, second half in Brisbane was a great turnaround for us, and it's shown that we can play really positive football when we need to. Certainly our attack is, I think we may be leading the comp at the moment as far as attack points go. Probably just a little bit sluggish at the start, so that's a point we raised yesterday and something we'll focus on at the weekend. We don't want to be chasing the scoreboard probably the way we have in the last 2. But I'm really proud of how we stuck at it at the weekend in pretty tough conditions. So, you know, we're up against 2 different sides in the last 2 weeks. So as far as preparation into the finals, it's good for us to be able to know that we can accommodate those sorts of different sides and come out at the right end of that. So, you know, it's not always about pretty footy, but it's certainly about staying positive and doing the best that we can at the time. And that's been a real positive within the squad.
What's changed since the loss to New South Wales Country, where I guess we were blown off the park pretty early and then kind of got back into it?
Yeah, look, Paul, I think it's just really has been a huge shift in attitude, which happened pretty quickly. I mean, we didn't have to say too much. The guys felt that, obviously, themselves. And a lot of it is just feeling a little sluggish at the start of that game, and they got the jump on us, and they certainly played very, very well. And anything that could go wrong went wrong that day. So in a lot of respects, it's good to get all those things out in one game, and we'll have a really tough lead into those finals. So we're not getting too far ahead of ourselves, but we'll have some really good preparation over these next 3 games in playing finals footy well and truly before finals.
You got a big mix in there, I guess, of rookies into NRC, seasoned veterans of John O'Dane Cup, and Wallabies. Who's impressed you from the squad so far this year?
Oh, look, I think certainly our locks and Tommy at 6. I think that's been a really good thing for us. Both Blake and Karts have played particularly well in the last 2 weeks, and Stano, with his line speed, has continued to give us that defensive record off our own defensive line. So we haven't faltered with our line speed, and that's been a feature and probably one of the most positive things to come out of that. So those three have done well. Our centre combinations are coming together really nicely with Jordan, Jackson Hope and Smithy there. So where we've had that stability through lack of injury and so on, those two things have been a real feature, and probably our defensive line-out has given trouble to a lot of opposition at the moment. We've got a lot of good line-out jumpers, and it's given us a great deal of confidence about being able to play field position. So again, playing to our strengths.
Melbourne got home against Brisbane City last week. What are you expecting from them?
Oh look, they've got a lot of rebels in their side obviously, and some experience in their front three, and certainly with Ben Mean at 10 and established 9-10 combination there. We'll be wary of them in that around about that 10 zone playing wide off their 5'8", and certainly with Jeffrey's hitting pretty hard in the second row. He's nailed a couple of guys in the last couple of weeks. We'll be kind of wary of those big shots, but yeah, well, look, it's about focusing on the old cliche. We'll focus on ourselves and stay positive with what we've got, I think.
Final question I got here is, how is Robbie Coleman going? He's got that fishhook scar that looks pretty nasty, but how's he coming along?
Yeah, he looks like he's broken out of jail or something at the moment. But yeah, look, he looked really good yesterday. A lot of the swelling's gone, and his eye's fine, which is great. That's the most important thing, obviously. But and with that 8-day turnaround, yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah,
all good. Injuries?
No, we've been really fortunate lately. Isaac missed last week, but he's back in the mix this week. Yeah, and a couple of guys coming back through Griffins as well that have been out of the squad with a couple of long-term injuries. So, yeah, we're travelling pretty nicely at the moment. Our medical staff doing a great job, and guys are looking after themselves, so pretty positive there.
Just on the post-Eagles loss, took Robbie, one of the vice-captains, into the fly half, and then Blake is obviously been playing really well. Does that sort of come within the leadership group?
Yeah, look, I guess I'm starting to rely on their feedback a little bit more, and their execution on the field, and they're certainly standing up and doing that as well. So when that leadership group is positive about the outcome, obviously, and where we want to go, then that rubs off enormously. So yeah, look, everyone's in a great frame of mind, as I said. So yeah, Robbie's doing well, and he's contributing to those team meetings and so on. So it's all good.